summer in New York City. Oh, that's right. It's summer in New York. It's happening. It's here. Everybody's sweating. My voice is getting blown out because I've been seeing so many cute dogs, and I've just been talking to them in perpetual doggy cuteness that I've blown out my voice. And that is just the trouble with being an empath. They see me. They know me. So, what have I been up to this summer? I've been having a great summer. I've been running this dehumidifier like it is a second heartbeat, like it is a second heart. My soul, my being, this dehumidifier is that. There's not going to be an ounce of humidity in this air. No, as you can tell from my hair, I'm dried out. Fully dried out. And that's good. That's good for the summer. Sometimes we have to embrace being just a crackled old piece of wood. Anyway, I've been having a great summer so far. Oleg, he's on the bed right next to me. He's also been having a great summer so far. Oleg, have you been having a great summer?
Oh, yeah.
Just a silent, subtle yep. I've been sweating on subway stations, going to destinations that don't even need to be named. I've been languidly sleeping, running a fan, letting the outside influence how I feel inside. I've been unintentionally seeing concerts. I know. That I didn't even realize were going to be the shape of this summer, that we're going to shape and take form and completely produce a new identity for everybody's summer thing going on, summer fun. And I've been reading, enjoying myself reading, having a great time with that. So this week we're just gonna further explore my New York City summer identity. And right now that is a long sleeve shirt with a pair of shorts and black socks. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, but it doesn't have to. You know what does make sense though? Where's that book that I'm reading? Is it here? This book makes sense. This is a great book so far. This is a reprinting of Elaine Craft's The Princess of 72nd Street. It is a 1979 publication, just making the waves right now. They're reprinting it. I love it. I'll tell you what it's about later. So this book truly is about a weird girl. I could have put it in the last video about my weird books, but unfortunately I read it a little bit too late. I'm airing it out right now, talking about it. This book follows Ellen. She is in her mid-20s, let's say, and this is detailing all of her sudden bouts of radiance. She's had about 7 bouts of radiance in her life, and these radiance moments are when she becomes the stunning Princess Esmeralda of 72nd Street. Now, this is kind of like momentary lapses of judgment. Lapses, who knows if you can call them lapses, really, but just moments where she kind of blacks out from reality and becomes this fabulous version of herself. It sounds much more beautiful than it actually is. Really, she's going through these tumultuous relationships with these men, and she's putting on this front of very popular and confident behavior. But she's really hurting. Oh, and speaking of popular, the best restaurants in New York City have C's. So that's what's going on with her. She's living her best life, though maybe it's in the disguise of her best life. She's definitely using this as a coping mechanism for things that are happening to her. I see a lot of myself in her. A lot of my early years in New York City were just experiencing life in the highest volume at, like, it's at an 11. If you know, you know. But there is one thing I feel like her and I probably are very different on. I love to clean. If you've been here on this channel, you know that cleaning is my favorite sport. An Olympic gold medalist right here. And that is why I am so excited to be partnering with Blueland on today's video. Blueland is an amazing company in that its product is focusing on cleaning items that are getting rid of single-use plastic. What's interesting now is that they have launched their laundry detergent that comes in the form of tablets, and they've spent 2 years manufacturing this idea of creating a strong enough item that has a beautiful fragrance to it as well. It's like a very warm, citrusy fragrance. Oleg and I make doing our laundry a group sport. We are also in the gold medalist category for that. Not only do we know that these laundry tablets smell amazing, but they've been proven to lift the toughest stains. Also, there's like a lot of imagery on the internet now of people overusing laundry detergent, and that's kind of been eye-opening for me. You can use 1 to 2 tablets. We use 2 sometimes because we have a larger load, and it takes care of the entirety of the mass of clothes, bedding, towels, anything that you have that needs to be cleaned. Blueland uses no single-use plastic in any component, from bottles, tablets to packaging. Everything is made from compostable materials, which feels great. You can also save money by refilling your products. It's really nice to see cleaning products that are sustainable. And for somebody who cleans as much as I do, it's refreshing to know that a brand's on board with making sure that they're putting the right products into things that you're gonna use in your day-to-day life. So if you wanna get on the Blueland train, you can jump on and use the link in my bio to get 15% off your first Blueland kit. They're giving a special deal to my viewers. 15% off. Thank you again to Blueland. Again, link in my bio, 15% off. Get that Spring Bloom laundry detergent. Anyway, I figure I should kind of stick to the theme of Princess of 72nd Street and go into the uppers today. I spend a lot of time downtown in the city, and I feel like I need to spend more time in the uppers. I feel like it'll kind of help form me into maybe a little bit more of a diva girl. And what way to be more of a diva than to go to the Museum of Natural History? T-Rexes are notoriously divas. Just the BLT, please. Thank you so much. Scared Sammy. BLT. Bolt. Look at that. Doesn't look great, but I'll tell you, it tastes good. That's what mommy needs. A little fuel. A little fuel for art, you know? love cranberries.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but I feel like a molasses ginger is also good. These things have got to go. Okay. I deserve a little rest. I deserve a little bit of TLC, the Learning Channel. I'm gonna take you on a little journey to do my nails. I'm not gonna reveal my secrets. They're on my Patreon. About how I do my nails, but I figured that we would just sit and chat about the book while I'm doing my nails, because it's a very integral part of who I am. I do my nails every single week, sometimes more than once a week. I find that it relaxes me and it helps me feel like, dare I say, a princess, which is exactly what this book is about. Wow, that is an amazing introduction. It's interesting to me. I've never heard about this book before, and I was doing a little bit more research on Craft, the writer. She was Bronx born. She was a New Yorker her entire life. And she had kind of a little bit of success with The Princess of 72nd Street. She also had the book Find Him as well, but she was kind of buried underneath all of these other artists that were emerging at this time. She passed away in, I believe, 2013, so this is posthumously being reprinted, which is nice. I appreciate when a book can be successfully posthumously reprinted and still holding the legacy of that author. Like, nothing has kind of come out about the author that is a little too shocking that you don't really want to stand behind their writing. This book is really interesting, and I feel like it's something that I have seen done before. A woman kind of on the edge, a woman living maybe a little bit more luxuriously in an alternate universe in her mind. But this is just done in a really New York way. I, as a New Yorker, feel like this is a great New York book. Really great New York book. I feel like I summarized it pretty well. This book is kind of just a continuation of everything that is going on with Ellen transforming into Esmeralda, turning into this fabulous centerpiece in her life. Now it's just kind of retracing some of the radiances prior. So you're learning that she had an ex-husband, you're learning about some of her ex-lovers that she's had, how she's transformed and adopted new characteristics of Esmeralda as she has met these people. It's really just a funny look into kind of the niches of New York City and how all of this has kind of attached onto her, like these buttons on a bag or on a, you know, like a pin kind of thing. She's a lot of really funny commentary about New York and just people in general. Like, she has a huge bit where she talks about hating tall people, which, you know what? I'm 5'2". That's all I'm gonna say about that. And it is kind of stream of consciousness, which I obviously talked about disliking, but it doesn't feel like it's stream of consciousness to the point of being lost within the character. For me, as somebody who's been in New York for 8 years and has really tried to embody New York and all of its titillating and exciting moments, I resonate with this a lot. I resonate with this a lot. I'm not going to say that everybody's going to enjoy this book, but I feel like if you spend any number of time in New York and you understand the dynamics of New York, the different kind of competition between different neighborhoods, the different sort of people that you find in these neighborhoods, and how almost stereotypical it is. When I went to the Natural History Museum with my best friend, I've known him for 8 years. I've basically known him since I first came to New York City. We walked from 81st Street down to 14th Street, and we were just looking at all the neighborhoods and marveling at our different experiences in each neighborhood. And I feel like this book is a perfect book for me to be reading. And I've talked about this before. I feel like when I'm reading a book, I kind of start to unintentionally inhabit the life of those characters or certain characteristics within that character. I was just reminiscing about times past with my friend as we were walking through these neighborhoods in the city, and it's kind of eerie, but I'm loving it so far, babe. I am loving it. I'm gonna continue doing my nails off screen. Here we are at the end of the road. Here we are at the end with fresh nails and a fresh take on the book. I don't know if I said in the last part of the video that I hadn't finished the book yet. I was about halfway through. This is a very slender book. It's about 130 pages. And I was at about like 60, 68 when I checked in when I was doing my nails. Set aside a couple of hours and I finished it. Wow. I really liked this book. I think that this book is kind of a perfect viewing of just this. Just this. A psychological take on this. And it's interesting because the book started in this very kind of jovial, manic pace. She's meeting all these people, she's meeting all these men in her life that are kind of bowing down to her being this princess, bowing down to being a part of her kingdom, and she's kind of collecting them. And then starts to show how malicious this mindset is on her. She's going through these psychotic episodes and how these people are really taking advantage of her, using her kind of loss of stability to their own power, basically. Really good. I don't think this is going to be for everyone by any means, but it's definitely for me. Definitely for me, babe. I see parts of myself in this character. I know I mentioned this quite a bit, but I see parts of myself in this character in that you kind of turn on different personalities to appease other people. And I think that this goes beyond, it can be for anybody really. Just kind of turning on a personality that you think best fits the person that you're dealing with. In this book, she's meeting so many different men from so many different backgrounds, and Esmeralda is basically the main way that she presents herself to them, but it's also kind of an Esmeralda that's catered to whoever they are and whatever they can do for her in that moment. Appeasement that we feel we have to present sometimes for people who we really don't care that much about, but in the moment it's so important that they approve of us. And I thought this was really good. I've just been really into like ladies doing it, ladies rocking it. And you know what I'm excited about? I think curly hair is coming back. You have Chaperone, you have Charlie XCX on Brat. I think that curly hair is making a comeback, and that's been making me feel very confident and excited because my hair, I love it, but sometimes other people can't handle it. So I'll leave you with that. Let me know, guys, what are you reading? Are you having fun with your last couple of weeks of summer? And if you were to paint your nails any color right now, what would it be? What would it be? You guys are wonderful, you're fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you